Hi everyone. I'm just one of those regular loser schoolboys in the world. Apparently, there is the reason I almost didn't have a childhood. One day I was walking home and dreaming that my father would be kidnapped by aliens. Or at least me. Since I got 3 Ds and my parents were called to school. My dad didn't like to sort it out. He could just grab his belt to hit me. And so as I was walking through the wasteland, I noticed a black bag. I kicked it and I felt something was there. When I opened it, there were a lot of bugs. I stuffed the bag in my backpack and looked around for a long time. No one was around. I had enough of jitters. What should I do with them? Give my father the money so he wouldn't hit me again? Or take it to the police so they can write about me on social networks and praise me at school? But then my father would still beat me because I didn't give him money. I hid the money at the construction site and came home without fear. I was beating my dad, although I didn't feel much pain when he whipped me with belt. I was absorbed with the sweet thoughts about money. The next day, on my way to school, I saw the workers near the place where I put the money. I got really nervous. I had to wait until they left for lunch. Sticking my hand in the bag, I found out that all the money was there. Not far from home, I went behind the garage and found a cozy place where I could finally count my money. I have a fortune, $50,000. I didn't go to school that day. I took $500 from the pack and hid the rest. I didn't go into offices to exchange my money because of fear of people. It seemed like there were angry adults all over the places ready to pounce and take off the money. But there was a guy in one of them, in one of the offices, with a kind face. He checked $100, and then the adults came up and started interrogating. They started saying, maybe he stole it. Nowadays all kids are stealing something. They decided to call the police. I rushed and ran away as hard as I could, mixed in with the crowd, and dived into the subway. That's how I lost $100. At night, I googled and found the answer. Currency can be exchanged at ATM. Yes, that's what exactly I did the next day. There was a big wad of money in my pocket. I felt really cool. I spent 2 hours wandering around the supermarket. I knew I could buy any product I wanted. I bought a red banana, blue cola, my favorite sour cream cheese, and croissant. I savored it all sitting on the park bench. It's so cool to be rich. Yeah, it was a cool moment. Right before the high school kids spotted me. They caught me in the restroom at school. They took the money, smacked me upside the head and warned me not to tell anybody. Well, I wasn't really upset. After all, my life has changed dramatically. I became rich. My parents didn't even know about it. I was carrying new stuff back home every day. I gathered a lot of them in my stash and started giving some to my classmates. Picture books, airplane models, baseballs. And one classmate even got an audio player. They were very excited and looked at me with admiration. The glory of me went through school. And of course I bought the coolest things for myself. The last model of smartphones for games. I was happy to play games hiding somewhere in the park. It went on until the high school boys caught me in the bathroom again. They ransacked me, even got into my socks, and turned my backpack up. Eventually, they found a lot of money, my smartphone, and a lot of other stuff. They were very surprised at my wealth, that they kept asking me where it all came from, threatening to call the police. I kept my mouth shut. The greediest one had already shared my money, but the eldest of them, and apparently the kindest, took it and politely returned it to me. He patted on me on the shoulder as a friend and told me not to show my money and be humble. He added if anybody hurt me, they would stand up for me. For the cool guy in the school, and they left. I realized that the money does wonders. It brings respect even by the worst bullies. So my life is back on the track. I got respected by high school monsters who now say hello and clap on my shoulder as a friends. The whole school was already surprised that I had such cool friends. And I was thinking maybe I could give these guys gifts. For example, I will buy them very cool baseball caps with a picture of Kanye West or a gadget watch. No, I would rather buy them a great notebook with a pen, because they have exams soon. On the way back, I ran into my stash and took another $200 from there. I counted my money, there was still a lot of it, as much as $84,000. At night I didn't sleep well. I had a nightmare, as if our house was flooded and there was water everywhere, and there were crocodiles splashing and laughing. I ran to my money this morning. I ran to my stash. The closer I was to it, the harder my heart was pounding. I'm finally there. I slipped my hand into my stash and I found nothing. What? Everything inside me broke down. Such a shock. I've never experienced like this before. I was in prostration for so long that I only got home at night. I've been sick all week. My mom hasn't left me for 24/7. Then I burst out and cried for almost 2 hours. My parents couldn't understand what had happened to me. The doctors couldn't determine the cause of my illness either. Even my father was worried about me, sincerely. I went to school only 10 days later. School, study, classmates, and friends gradually brought me back to the normal life. Especially my friends, the high school students, tried to support me. They constantly were buying me hamburgers, Coke, and even were giving me some money for the road. I wish there are more of such kind and caring friends. And remembering my lost money always hurts me. So I thought to myself that it was taken by aliens. It was easier to think so. What about you guys? Have you ever found the money? Or if you could find, what would you do with it? Write about it in your comments, put the likes, and don't forget to sign.